Cancer, the long distance traveller. Now, something to do with a Romany gypsy or someone beginning Rona or Roma, okay, or Chrome that lives at Chrome. But anyway, your channeled messages, Cancer. How you doing? I'm hearing though for your June of long distance travel, and am I really getting anything out of this anymore? Like, I seem to be losing interest. I seem to be losing money, or I seem to be losing the like. It's kind of like, because this thing, they're saying Stephen or Stephen King or Lion King or Leo, but it's like I seem to be losing interest in something, right? So it feels like that, because it's like I need to weigh up the pros and cons. So it's around like Libra or Sagittarius energy, right? And I'm weighing up my options and I'm weighing up my pros and cons of me losing interest for like money that I seem to be pumping into something and I don't seem to be getting the benefits out of this anymore. Or it's a long way for me to travel, because I definitely heard long distance, you could be dealing with tour and breaks, but it could be something to do with like your car and travel expenses and how much that is costing me to go from A to B. So someone called Abby or Abs, or something to do with fitness and abs, right? But like fitness, like a Fitbit, or traveling and the gym, or Jim, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jasmine, right? But like I'm struggling by seeing what rewards I'm getting for this anymore, right? So the rewards of something can be like accolades, so it can be like people that have music or stuff like that, and I don't seem to be getting the this came up in another reading. What people do when they say put out a music, and then they look for the bare necessities, right? But they accolades, right? The royalties. That's it. The royalties, right? So it feels like that the kings and queens, but I seem to be like, so someone could be in a same-sex relationship here, right? But it seems that the long distance that I have to travel from A to B. And it could be anything to do with Abby or Abs or Abigail or Abs, and as in fitness, right? But it seems to be a long way for me, because I'm picking up that people like look at their watch or something and they do like, okay, I've got like 15 miles in order to like walk or run, or the 15 or the 5 mile high club or something. But like I have like 15 miles in order to like go, or 8 miles. So it could be something to do with M or Emily or Emma or M. But like I have like so many miles to go, but I'm walking and so on and so forth, but I'm really kind of like looking at my Fitbit thinking, really, I've got 16 miles in order to walk today, and I'm kind of losing interest in like me doing that amount of fitness, right? Or this is something to do with around consumption of petrol and diesel, or whatever you call it, which is gas. Because I'm picking up that so you're definitely dealing with like Libra or merchant energies, or Sagittarius, right? And it feels like that when I get there, I don't seem to, because I'm definitely picking up like the temper or temper tantrum, or like I just feel hot and sweaty and sticky. This could have something to do with around Vicky or Victoria or Victoria Street, or like I said, hot and sweaty, which is to do with fitness, running, walking, fitness, gym, all that kind of thing, right? And it feels like that I'm weighing up my pros and cons of what that costs me to get from here to here, and that's the weighing up the pros and cons. And then when I get here, I don't seem to be enjoying it as much as what I did, because I don't seem to be seeing the benefits of it, because it's costing me more money to get here, right? So if this is relating to, say, your work, and you have to travel from city to city or town to town, it feels like that when I walk from town to town, and I'm as happy as a clown, right? So it might have something to do with tears of a clown, cake, patron even. You might even be leaving my patron. But like, I don't know, like, you know, I don't seem to be getting such as an amount of reward out of this as what I want. Trust me, I've had people that have said Seven Tarot is not what is that? Seven Tarot is not as fully committed as what I first hoped, out of all of the readings that I keep giving to people also, and also free music. But never mind. But like I'm going from here and I'm going from here, right? But the amount of time and effort that that's taking me to travel from here to here, and the amount of money that that's costing me going from here to also here, right? And you're dealing with a 5, so Taurus Sagittarius. Taurus Sagittarius is here, and this would be you traveling towards a traveller or a travel lodge, and it's costing me more money to stay over in a lodge. Okay, so this is either Sagittarius, Taurus, and it's to do with like the travelling distance of fitness or something like that, right? Or what I'm hearing now is that some people travel for work. So they go like here, and they travel here, and they stay here. So this means like I have to spend money on like fuel, gas, or whatever you call it. Like then I have to like pay money in order to stay in a house or hotel. And then I have to travel from there to there. But this is costing me a hell of a lot of money because I have to fork out and spend. Like, so you're dealing with a fork in the road. You're dealing with two energies, Libra, well, I don't know, Sagittarius, Libra. But like, I all seem to be stuck thinking, what do I do? Because I have to spend money here, but that seems to be like taking up a lot of my money that I have in order to be able to travel. So it feels like that somebody's kind of like weighing up their options of what it is that they have around their work and think, you know what, by the time I've left this house or left this home and then arrived here, I don't seem to be like getting anything from it because I'm spending a lot of money, one, to also get here, but then I am also like spending a lot of money on a hotel or a house or somewhere to stay, and then work, but then is work paying me enough money that is going to actually like say, okay, we're going to cover the costs of what that is to stay here. So if your job, and this is relating to a job, and you're not actually getting money from work to stay here and you're having to pay money for that, you're kind of like looking at the whole scenario and thinking, you know what, like, you know, if my work is not going to pay for this, then is this project or thing or place really worth me keep pumping all of this time and all of this effort here when I don't seem to be getting so much I don't seem to be getting anything in, like receiving anything for it, right? So it's kind of like, I mean, this thing here can be Steve, it can be a king, it can be a lion, but this can be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, Sagittarius, Taurus person that has all of these in their chart. Okay, but again, it feels like that it's such a long way for me to travel that I don't think that I can see you again. Or so this might even be your love life. Like, it's so long and so like far for me to get and go and see you that I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, right? So this can be, like I said, your energy can be around family, it can be friends, it can be a job, right? It can be brothers and sisters, right? But it feels like such a long way to travel to be able to see these people or to see your love interest if they live at a long distance, right? That because it's so far for me to go, I'm kind of like sitting back as a Cancerian thinking, you know what, is this really worth my time and effort and putting this in if I'm not really getting the benefits and the reward from it? So you are looking at kind of like royalties also. So you're kind of looking at like, am I making any money from something? Because it feels like that your messages are around like time and effort and money spent and put into something, and am I actually physically getting enough money out of something? And then as a Cancerian, I'm sitting back thinking, well, is it really worth me putting this somewhere else then? Because you can even be, this can be coming across as your savings, like your savings account, and you might be thinking about transacting some money from here to here. So if any of you are like foreign and they're long distance energies and you've got family that are over here, right, and you've got children and these are involving an ex and so on and so forth, whatever it is, it feels like that the money that I have to send over to family, because to be honest, a lot of people do that in this country, right? And I ain't got no beef with it as long as people work for their money. But our government suffers a lot through that because some people come to this country with their like intentions of getting no job whatsoever, and they're just compromised by country basically. I don't have a beef with it. It's just that they are compromised by country. They try to escape countries and go from one country because it's so bad for them, and then they come to another country. But some people, they can get benefits from our country that provide them with house, home, you know, clothes and everything else. But then they take that money from the government and they then send it over to the family that they have, which is compromising them and thinking, how on earth can I support my family when I live here, right? So this doesn't have to be a foreign country. It just feels that someone may not be with you at this time, and you're kind of like, okay, I've got a husband or I've got a wife and a kid here, right? And I don't live with them. I live with my parents, say, right? But I have to send money over to my wife and my child to financially live because I am the father, say, right? So say the male goes out in order to work and lives here but doesn't live here. If this is a long way to travel, right, a long way to temporarily or whatever, but temporarily I'm kind of staying over at my mother's, or temporarily I'm kind of staying over here. But me having to travel to see my child, and me having to travel in order to see my wife, say, and then send money over and also to do that, but my job isn't here, my job is physically here, right? My job is physically here. And because it is, if I'm having to pay like board, lodgings, and also rent, and then also mortgage, and then also child, and so on and so forth here, how on earth is it that I cope with life with finances and money, right? For a lot of you, it could really be some of you here. Because that's the kind of pattern of what I'm seeing now, is kind of like that I have a wife or a family that is here, but I don't really live with them. I live with a parent or mum, but that might be because my job is in this town, right? Because my job is physically here, I don't have, so why can this person here not find a job here? So are these people that are trying to find a job here? Or is this conflict that you have with your partner at the moment? Because I am picking up some like conflict of like time, effort, money, support, and am I really getting the support from someone or something, or Steve and me even? Trust me, I get people. But like, am I actually getting the support from somebody? And are they really like telling me the truth? Are they, because you could have a Libra energy here, and are they telling me the truth? Are they being honest with me? Am I really getting anything from this? Is it really benefiting me in any way, right? And then like, am I like reaping the rewards for it financially or health, right? And is it really healthy? So you've kind of like seem to be weighing up these energies that are definitely, I keep hearing like Sagittarius or Libra, like big energies here around work and money and job travel, but also a person for a lot of you. And it's kind of like, I don't know, because the energy can be where these are like people that have been divorced and they've got like children with another person. And then say the female energy is saying, well, you know, you might want a divorce and that's fine, but I want support for the child. And then there's no problem with that. But like, you know, we live apart right now. But because I've had a child with a person and they've got my child, this person then gets wound up the fact that, well, you've got my child, but you want money from me to support you and my child. And then someone can go into a behaviour of like, well, I don't want to give you money because I don't want you to start feeding yourself. The money I give you is for the kid, not you, right? I don't include me. But like, you know, that energy is there of where someone might feel as if they're being paid like 5, which is 5 of Pentacles. So I'm seeing child support, maintenance, money, giving help and support needed for, well, I don't know. I mean, I heard mistakes that I made in the past, but no one ever makes a mistake in the past because it's made, right? So, a made man. What is this? Maidman? Madman? Maddie? Or Addy? Or Adam and Eve? Someone's also a Gemini. But like a made man. So is this someone that's in like, I don't know. Oh, wow. What is that where they like smash plates and stuff like that and you get made in that country? There have been films about it for like years. And you're made. You're in a certain thing and you are made, right? And it's like, is it Jewish and stuff like that? And they like, you know, like, so is this like organized religion or marriage here? Organized religion or marriage, right? So I'm definitely picking up that for a start, like I did. I mean, sorry if I ever offend people. I don't set out to offend people because I do have people that watch from loads of different countries, and I'm sorry if I speak too fast and it's hard for you to translate. Okay, but I'm picking up that people, like I said, they could have had like families and stuff in foreign countries, and they have to send money from a foreign country to a foreign country because they live in a foreign country because their orientation of where they're from is really here, right? So if this is a long distance, and this is like complete and utter, like stuck in a rock and a hard place around a Piscean energy perhaps, but like I have to send money over here, and this is my family that I have to support, then, you know, like I said, you get compromised by the government and like how much money the government can give you, what you can afford, but then rent, house, mortgage, bills, so on and so forth, also rent, mortgage, house, bills, child. So like, right, what do I do? Right, so yeah, stuck. Yeah, never have children and families. Sorry. But, you know, for some of this of what they're saying, this is just somebody here that doesn't really live that far, and it's to do with like, I don't know if I'm really getting the reward out of it anymore, and I seem to be spending like a lot of money on this thing that I don't really enjoy anymore. Like I don't seem to enjoy it anymore as much as what I used to, and I don't really want to know if I want to keep pumping effort into doing this. Something around weights, lifting, pump, but like weightlifting or pumping iron or something like that, pumping iron. And I don't seem to be like getting the benefit out of this anymore, and I don't know if I really want to do it again. So it's something around that. It could, like I said, it could be the gym. It's just something to do with around gym, or Jaylee and Juicin, Jasmine, Justin, like John, you know, Jay. But like, I really don't know if I'm getting so much out of this anymore as if I really want to do it, right? So, because it could be stuff that you're doing for free, right? It could be stuff that you're doing for free. So it's kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do this for free because I'm not really getting anything out of it, right? So it's kind of like that compromised energy, but you know, these could be, like I said, people that also do tarot channels and stuff like that. You know, for me personally, if it is to do around tarot channels, I pumped, what was it? I pumped 6 years, I think it was, into my old channel, which was Angel Radio, and I ended up doing what I said around life coaching, which is now completely and utterly different, and took everything down, right, through awakenings and giving out spiritual stories, and just pretty much followed the Mandela effect. But like, yeah, don't agree with it now. Again, I'm not going to go into the beef of that one because that was in another reading. But it's up to individuals who believe in what. But again, you know, it wasn't like, it didn't amount to anything. They were just stories, right? They're not really interesting. Well, but anyway, it feels like that, you know, people that set up tarot channels, they have this thing where they do it for money, right? They think that YouTube is going to support them with loads of money and so on and so forth. And they have to also, which I did, I had to hold down 3 jobs and also do that part-time and not get anything out of it at all. And I pumped 4 years into that one, okay, 4 or 5 years maybe, I don't know, somewhere around that, but a long time. I pumped loads of energy into that channel, and it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. There was no, I mean, this could even be about my Angel Radio, right? Because I am going to be looking into Spotify and things like that for my music. But it is also on Patreon, given as a full access bundle tier. It's on there with your readings. But like, kind of like that, right? I used to have a channel. It didn't do very well. I pumped many years into it, and I think I got 280 subscribers, and 200 of those, well, like 150 or 100 of those videos were actually given to me by somebody else that noticed something, and I'd got like 200 subscribers. Back then it was great and everything else, but it wasn't financially paying me a thing, right? It wasn't paying me a thing, right? So after quite some time, I through my awakenings and everything, and me being an absolute scatterbrain through my awakenings, I just kind of like, man, I've got to give this up. Like it's not working, right? Process of also twin flame watching the channel, or thought of, was at the time, right, went crazy, God knows what else. Again, the same experience that I was telling you in the last reading, I think it was. I was one of those folk. I learned a great lesson about all of that it was actually meaningful shit that was being spurt out of my awakening, right? Back then it was, right, for that. If I was to look at that now, I'd be like, oh God, no, real Steve, right? So, like, I was like, that was a strong awakening, like, stuff, right? So it could be something like that, like you're looking at it, and then I had to put, what was it, man, I think 3 to 4 years into this channel being a new one, like legit everything, having to go to the tax office and everything, and sorting it as a proper business and doing it the right way, and making a new email and everything, and had to build it up from the word scratch. Well, the algorithm of YouTube back then was completely different, where it was so easy. Back then it was so easy, and then they changed the algorithm, and they made their algorithm around a computer that does it for humans. So humans are not really behind anything anymore when it comes to YouTube. It's all an algorithm of a computer, right? So it's the heart radio. So to a heart radio or angel radio. This could be a message for me, but like angel radio or music and something like that, right? But it feels like that you're kind of like thinking, well, where am I really, am I getting anything out of the music or anything out of like the thing that I'm doing? Is it really like showing any like signs of like it getting any bigger? And shall I invest my money or time in another avenue? Like, shall I put my money or my effort into something else? Because this can be things like stock markets and stuff like that, right? But do you know what I'm saying, Cancer? Your whole messages, channeled wise, for this month. Don't worry, we will get onto your actual tarot reading, okay? Because I can't do this for everybody. Some people love the channeled stuff. Some people have no idea what I'm talking about. Some people hate it. Some people love it. Some people just like the tarot. Some people just like to complain. So it's up to you what you do, right? But yeah, it's that. Where do I put this money and effort, right? Where, like, if I've got a load of money, for instance, what bank do I put it in that's going to give me more? That's going to give me more, like I said, royalties. So that can mean, like I said, if I put my money here, am I going to get more in interest? Interest. Because you've kind of got this lack of interest. Am I making any interest? Is the money that I have and it's put in a bank, is it getting a full amount of interest? If I have some more money, shall I put this in a savings account and blah, 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 and earn more money? Because, not everybody's going to be skint out there. So you can't have skint is like no money, right? But like, if I'm skint and I'm cack-livered, bruv, right, then that's me coming out with my accent, right? Listen, bruv, if I'm absolutely cack-livered and skint and stony broke, then is it really, but like, if I have got a cushy amount of money, then is it really like where I could take some of this money and put it here and get more of an investment for my time and money, because it would probably pay me more to put more money into savings account because it would gain more money, right? More interest, more money. Is there a project or something that's came up in my life and think, you know what, I could actually give that a go? I mean, I just got asked to go onto I just got asked to join a partner program with another company that is like YouTube. I'm not say too much about it yet because I've only just briefly gone over it. It's a bit like YouTube. But I got asked to go into a partner program and so on and so forth. And I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, I would, but man, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. But I don't know, it's possibilities. But those kind of things, right? Like, for any of you guys out there that are considering or have or like made YouTube channels and it's not getting any flow of anything, that's what I'm saying. Don't do it for subscriber rate. Don't do it, because if you are and all you're concentrated on is no, I'm only doing this for subscriber rates and I'm only doing this for likes and everything else, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. You're doing it for the wrong reason. Like I said, it can take up to 3 to 4 to 5 years maybe, and it might not even work. That's the beauty, or the beauty in the beast, to do with the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe and something around Leo. But like, that's the beauty of it, is that, you have to have great content. That is the thing. You see, you have to have great content, and not everybody is going to love your content, right? So if you have a rendition in your head and think, you know what, because I've seen other people that are so successful, that is the only thing that is driving me to do it, but it doesn't work, right? It's like a cheap suit in a way, and it's God's honest truth. And this is where I say around trying to take people's like ideas and Mandela effect and God knows what else, okay, and like I'm just starting and I'm completely unaware of anything, like I'm basically reading tarot cards but out of a book. I'm sorry, but it's that kind of thing. There are so many people doing that. There are so many people doing that. It is unreal. Like the statistics of whatever that is huge, right? So it's competition, right? So if you get this in your head and you're just starting, it's going to be a long, drawn-out process, right? It really will, right? But like, what was I kicking on? There was another message there for a lot of you. Yeah, I mean, it takes a long time. It really does. And some people do it just for success. They do it and they have this in their head that, you know, this is going to be bigger and better than I ever really imagined. But say if you're on that timeline and you're like, you know, I'm doing this but it's really not working, then, you know, having a name creditable to a name, that is where I always have a beef and a problem with certain things, right? Is that my channel is my channel, and what that was it, the cheap suit energy, right? It's kind of like, you know, if I was to go out and have a you know, a party or something like that, and like, you know, say if someone was size 4 or 5 or whatever, 6, like it was real slim and slender and everything else, and they said to me like, you know, do you want to borrow my top? I'm just going to take it off and there you go and get you to put it on. Bruv, that would just fit over my head and I'd be walking around like not blind, like Libra energy, but like I'll be absolutely blind with like a t-shirt on top of my head that doesn't fit and it doesn't work. And I keep trying and trying and trying to copy or do something that doesn't work. That's because it's not spiritually designed for a person. That is why, right? So normally you get people that say, no, you should all start tarot readings. And I've had so many people that have contacted me saying, well, I heard in a general reading that I'm supposed to be a tarot reader, right? But I've got no idea what I'm doing, and I'm like, got no subscribers, I've got no, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I heard it in a general reading. You know, you have to do it because it feels natural to you. And if it doesn't, Spirit will just think, well, you're not going to get forced energy of what is not designed. The only way that I can do what I do here, the only way, right, is physically because of my chart and also being a 7 energy, right? But a lot of things in my astrology chart and my numbers and planets that are in those, because I don't want to go over it again, but they all say psychic medium, channeling message from the Akashic records, right? Extremely spiritual, obviously, right? But like talking to the dead, all of those things that you can do psychically, a medium and, you know, clairvoyant and kind of like, you know, picking up a plate and channeling through that and touching objects and feeling very receptive as an empath and learning about it being an empath, and that a fucking psychopath, empath, sociopath, right? They drain your energy, you know. An empath drains your energy, right? You do know that, right? Is that an empath also drains your energy? That's why they feel drained. So, you know, it, like I said, it's not always designed for a person to have it. So it doesn't matter, right? Because they'll be very bitty in what they'll say, and they'll be like, and this is no offense against anybody, but, you know, like, just, well, you know, like, and that's, you know, unfortunately, that's the thing of YouTube. People have to love that content, right? They have to love that content. They really do have to love that content, because that's what keeps people there. That's what turns people off me. Because all they want is in such a rush to get their tarot card reading that's what they want. They're in such a rush for that they don't like it. Well, you're just wasting your time, you're talking crap. What do you know, right? So you're going to take on a lot of criticism, and you're going to have people that like shout and scream and don't, you know, and then try to intimidate you, right? And say, no, you're no good at this and you don't deserve to do all of that sort of thing and blah, 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 so on and so forth. And who do you think you are? And all these kind of things. And people that have a condition to be jealous in energies also through like not liking what it is that you say. Things that you do and things that you say, they won't like that, because they'll have a condition to say, no, you shouldn't be speaking the truth on your channel. You shouldn't be doing all of these kind of things. Right? So you get religious folk that I get battered by also. Nothing against religious folk. But they state, a clergyman in the law of blah, 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 on page so and so forth, states that you should not be saying all of these kind of things, and please stop what you're doing because God is telling that blah, blah, blah. Sacrifice. The reason why I know what I do is because I sacrifice my life for my job. For spirit. They reward me with the energy of sacrifice, which means that I give up a hell of a lot of my time, a hell of a lot of my effort, and a hell of a lot of things that go on in my life that I give up to do my calling, to do my natural ability of job. Natural ability of job. Supernatural, natural. Right? So, because I give up my life for my calling, right? Because I'm supposed to, because it's designed to say, Steve, right? That's a reward from spirit, because they know that I sacrifice the energy of a hangman, right? So I'm stuck on my job, right? So basically, I end up saying, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid not, right? I can't do that because I have to work. I'm sorry, I'm afraid not, because I've got other obligations in life. You know, I'm stuck here doing this at the moment, and I'm afraid not, but there are other things in my life that are apparent and more important to me than to do your first lot of messages. There are more important factors of, like, you know, am I wasting my time here? And then what do you get? Selfish. You get people that see you as a hangman of selfish, right? That's just the way I relate things. But you can be known as selfish, right? It's because you put yourself first, and you put your calling above anybody else. Or when you climb the ladder, people look and think, ugh, why do you have all that and I don't? Right? Why is it that you can do all of those things and I can't? Right? Right? So what you do is you get the energy of, like, an unfair advantage, of where someone might be very jealous of an energy of something to do with around money or subscriber rates or God knows what else, and you seem to be doing a lot better than me. But was that 13 on the clock? So 4 and 4, you're dealing with Scorpio, also 8 Leo and Aquarius, somewhere Leo, Aquarius, and also Scorpio placements, right? So of people that, trust me, these energies can be in people's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You know, because the opposition of what Spirit tells me is that of your design of number. So for instance, like when I call out the sign of, say Leo, right? Leo is also an 8, so it's an Aquarian energy, right? So when it so say that I have an Aquarian in Venus, right, which I do, right? I can also watch a Leo reading because it is an 8, because I will be in that reading as, say, a king of something that relates to water, earth, air or fire, right? So because of that, that will shoot across of what Spirit tells me of an opposition of number that you have. So because I have a Gemini moon, I don't have Capricorn in my chart. But because Gemini is a 6 and so is a Capricorn, right, when I call out a star sign, it's also calling out a number. So numerology, life path, also healing, right? So the energy of what Spirit tells me is that that shoots across to an opposition of a number that you have. A component of a breakdown of a sequence of matrix, but the breakdown of a sequence of number of opposition of polar opposite. So your opposition of a chess game that you play in life, of making moves around certain energies of planets that go around and around and around and around and around, right? They get people to act certain ways accordingly to what they're supposed to do in order to mess things up for other people, but it really gets messed up for them, right? Because it's meant to happen. It's meant to happen that way, because Spirit is the only thing that knows your thoughts and feelings. They know what is meant for you, what's good for you and what's bad for you. They know what you think. They make you think that, right? If you go too deep into it. But, or too deep, the name too deep, or Anadeep. Anadeep or Anadeep Sidhu. Okay, or something like that. Okay, I used to know a person actually, Anadeep Sidhu, really good lad. Long time since I've seen him. But do you know what I'm saying? That would be your opposition. That could be your opposition or counterpart opponent, component of fight, but also can be your partner, right? So just be aware of energies. Your messages, Cancer. Like I said, am I wasting my time or effort? Am I really getting any rewards out of this? Am I seeking the benefits from it? Now, this will be a straight up also message for me. I am considering stopping the gym for a little while, right? Because it's a lot of time, effort, and everything else. But I also bought this, right? And I haven't used it yet. But I actually travel to a gym to use this, right? So I kind of like sit and think, well, you know what? I might as well just stay here and do this here. So you've kind of got this also like work from home type sort of energy, right? Is it like, can I work from home? Can I do this from home? Or like, am I still doing this traveling, supporting family, like kind of like, you know, weighing up like how far do I have to travel for work, lodge, Lord, you know, some people, they travel, you know, for work. They're like, oh, okay, I've just got a job that is, you know, 200 miles away and it's a long way off. So I'm going to have to be able to work there, but I have to also then pay board and lodgings of a house or hotel, or find a family to stay with, right, that are still going to want paying, right? So you've kind of got that. I'm going to leave it at that, Cancer side, because I've got other readings to do. But so if you've skipped that bit, this bit now will be your tarot card person. So we're going to look at your person, but then I flip it and start to look at the energy of external things, right? But show me what's going on with Cancerian's partner. Show me what's going on with Cancerian's partner, please. Show me what's going on with Cancerian's partner, please. Show me Cancer's partner. But this can also be external energies. So there are some things that are going on around Gemini and also Capricorn energies here, right? For you or your partner. But these can be external energies. But yeah, weighing up your pros and cons. Is it worth the amount of money that I am spending on certain things, and am I really getting the benefit and the reward from it? Like, you know, because it can be an energy of fear, because it can be people that are spending money on family, right? And how much money or time am I putting into my family? Like, how much do I have to send across to the other family? And I'm staying with my mum here, because this could be your partner, staying with their mum, right? And they pay them board, and they get their washing done, their cleaning done, their ironing done, and so on and so forth, or the name done. But like, they get everything done for them. And then in a partnership, say if your partnership is having struggles at the moment, that's because this person is pretty much having everything done for them, maybe. But then in a wife-husband scenario of kids and whatnot else, it means that this person is being looked after here and is having to send money over to, say, the partner to support family and their children and their kids. Is because I have to also go with the spirit message as well. So, like I said, it feels that here, this person has it made, whichever way. That can be the made energy, right? Is that somebody has it made. They're okay, that they're comfortable mum, or they're comfortable with their mum, and they're okay being there and doing all of that kind of thing. I don't know what goes on behind this 6, but it can be where someone does a lot of things for a person, right? Their mother or their father and their family. They're quite a tight unit of family, and they kind of like stick with what they know best there, okay? So they kind of go here for sanctuary, for peace, quiet, tranquility, and get away from the missus that batters their head in with everything that they may not do for themselves. Right? So that's also what I'm hearing, right? So show me Cancer's partner, please. So the lovers, Gemini, there you go. So you got huge energies of Gemini / Capricorn. It's more of a Gemini energy, but it is also a 6. Right? So you've kind of got Gemini Capricorn energy. Right? Now, if any of you were interested in the normal Rider-Waite deck, right, what is it that lies beneath Capricorn? 2 people that are chained to Capricorn. Who are they? Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Eve, the relations to Capricorn, right? The relations to Capricorn. So this person could have relations that are Capricorn energies here, or in their soul energy. But the relation to Capricorn, because the 2 lovers are chained as people, as far, well, I just look at the card. I've not read it out of a book or Google, right? But the 2 lovers are chained to Capricorn, right? In the deck, that's what the picture shows, right? That's because that is that energy. 6 and 6, right? So Adam and Eve, biblical, right? The biblical book of shadows. But again, Jen, Julian, Jason, Justman, Jasmine, Jay. But here, your partner is staying with grandparents or parents, and is kind of like living it up in the life. They might love you. They're probably with you and everything else, and they're all for you. But they are like staying with their parents or grandparents, and they're kind of being able to, like, I don't know, save money. They could be in another country. This person could be in another country, because it could be long distance or short distance. But these could be also the family that people send money to, right? Which could be the Capricorn energy. Person could have a strong energy of an earth sign. of an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, on the external energies there. But you've also got like Sagittarius, Taurus. Sorry, yeah, 5. So the external energies that are outside of this group is a 5, which is Taurus and also Sagittarius people for a lot of you, right? So on the external energy of this family, if the messages are right of what I'm hearing now, Spirit's getting me to look at, is that one of these people that send money to a wife or husband is a Taurus. Right? Is Taurus. They would definitely be in the family. Would be Taurus energy, right? But Taurus Sagittarius, okay? And they send money over to that person for financial support for child and marriage and relationship. They love you, right? External here. They have respect for you, but they are working, right? They are working. If you want to look at this energy, there's love in the air, but there's also like love for what they do for their parents as well. Like they enjoy what their parents do for them, right? They probably have like really good parents, right? Have really good parents. Or family. Cancerian's partner. Yeah. So your partner here, they have a bit of a beef here at the moment with a Gemini Capricorn energy. Gemini Capricorn. Because there's something around this Knight of Swords that there's an energy of control here, I have to say. Is because this person does everything off their own back of being a mum. Like someone that is a mother does things so much, and they have done for so long, like cooking, cleaning, shopping, in a marriage themselves, so on and so forth, are married or been married as a family unit, okay? And they've done that for so long that they actually smother the child with certain energies of doing it all for them. So while you've got this person individually here, they have a beef with their grandparent or their mother here, because what I'm picking up, that there is a person that does all of these motherly qualities off their own back, but it doesn't necessarily, it might not be accepted by this person because they might not want it, because they might get angry at this person for doing all of that. Like, because it can be where say, oh no, it's okay, I'm going to do all that for you. And you're like, well, I didn't ask you to do it. No, it's fine. I'm going to cook, clean, shop, go to the laundrette, do all these kind of things, take over the food, buying the food and everything else. And this child here gets angry at sometimes with this person. And the only way I can really pick up of why that happens here is because the energy of this person taking over control of the house, the home, the finances, blah, 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 does it all as a career, well, like a retirement. This can be a retirement home or retirement village or retired person, like they're retired, right? But if this person gets tired by being retired, a person that is retired, if this is a person that doesn't have their husband or wife any longer, right, for instance, for a lot of you, because that message can be here, and this is a retired person, but they may not have a husband or wife any longer, they can get very bored or frustrated and fed up that, okay, well, what is in my life? Well, my child is still in my life, so I'm going to give all of my attention to my child, and my child is everything to me, no matter how they speak to me or what they do. So if there's because whichever way it is, there's a dynamic here. There's a dynamic here. Right? But because this can be a child, like I said, it can be a very young child, or it can be an adult, right? An adult. So what's this Six of Pentacles for? Nine of Wands. I told you I felt this air of control. Someone that takes over control of food, which means that they pay the bills and everything else, or they get rent and everything else, and they get all of that kind of stuff, but they also have a very, 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 very controlling temper. Very controlling temper, because I did pick up also temper, right? So you could be looking at Sagittarius placements here, because that can still be as one reading. That Sagittarius Taurus energy is here. There is definitely control and narcissism in the family here, right, for them. This is where, like I said, as a sibling here, you could probably be watching this and saying, yeah, it is. They smother one of my brothers or sisters, and they give them all of the attention, but they don't give it me, and they make me feel awful, and they make me feel bad, right? Because I can flip this around and look at your actual self or your partner. But like, you know, they look at me as if they do all of this for me, but they're controlling that, because they're always like, you know, it's like when you get home from work or you go in the kitchen, you're very frustrated, you're very fed up, and you just want a moment on your own, and you don't want someone taking over the cooking, you know, and you start cooking something and you think, oh, you know what, and this happens in controlling things, you know what, I'm going to cook myself something tonight, and you go out and you buy your own shopping, and you come home and you put it all out and you prepare it, and then the parent, that may be a retired person, comes into the fold and starts taking over what the person wanted to do themselves. So they potter around, they get in the way. This person here might say, look, just get out of the way, keep taking over what I'm doing. Oh yeah, but you're supposed to, no, I don't have to do it that. Look, I decided what I wanted to cook. I decided what I want to put away and what I wash and when I do it. I don't want to have to cook my tea, wash it straight away, and then my food's cold and so on and so forth. And then when I get into, like, you know, I cook my food, go and eat it, and then when I come back is more than likely when I will do the washing up. But no, you're supposed to do that straight away. Or, no, it's okay, I'll do all of that for you. And they've done it all, and they've like, because this person could be a cleaner here, and they could be obsessed. They could be obsessed about cleaning. This is pretty much when you go into the fridge and you get out the butter, and then you start, say if you have butter, I don't, but like you go into the fridge, you have butter, and you start like buttering some bread or whatnot, and you put the butter down, and then you go to reach over to get like a condiment energy, and then like a jam or something, and then you put that, take the top off, you look back at the butter, and somebody's right behind you putting the top on and taking it straight into the fridge, and you're like, for fuck's sake. Right? I didn't ask you to do that. Oh no, it's okay, I'm going to, like, no, I wanted it. You know, oh no, well it's alright, I'll go and get it for you. No, for God's sake, woman, no. Right? That's what I'm picking up. Yeah. Human behaviour, right? Like I said, some people, they take over the control of a house, but they don't like other people living in it, which means that I don't like what you do in my house. It's my house, it's my rules, it's my way. I'll do everything for you. No, I don't want that. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. Right? I'm not going to give you a choice. I'm going to give you more of an ultimatum. Yeah, well, now I'm fed up. Now I'm pissed off, bruv. I said, no, I don't want you to do all of that. I didn't ask you. I'm quite efficient. Maybe a bit Pisces. I'm quite efficient and capable of looking after myself. I don't need you to do all of this for me. Tough. Right? I'm doing it. And even if I think this person tells this person, I don't think they really listen. I don't. I think they, in a way, they either one, are hard of hearing. I'm sorry if I'm offending people. I don't mind. Right? But like, you know, because it's not my life. Well, I can relate to a lot of these. Right? But, you know, I don't want you to do all of those kind of things, but then it's kind of like, well, I get very frustrated when I can't do it all. So you're like, well, just sit down for a moment. You know, I don't ask you to do that. I want to do this myself, right? So someone takes the ability of control out of someone's hand by, you know, trust me. People, they, for instance, they can tell you, okay, to teach you and learn about like being sufficient. Right, that, okay, this is how I live, this is how I do things, this is how you do it, life skills, so on and so forth. You've got life skills, you know how to cook, to clean, to shop, to wash, to do everything else, washing machine, cooking, blah, blah, blah. You know how to do all of that, kushti, gravy. That is pretty much what you do and what I know, right? So when I start doing that and think, oh, okay, right, let's just put a load in the washer, right, blah, 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 boof. You go in to take it out, somebody then has taken all of that out, put it all up on the washer, on the dryer, dried everything for you, but you didn't ask them to do that, And then when you don't show respect, they get very pissed off and wound up because you didn't show them respect for doing things that you didn't ask them to do in the first place, right? So you kind of like, man, I'm damned if I do, if I'm damned if I don't. Control always says what you end up doing is giving over control to that person. Just think, you know what, bruv, if the milk turns sour, just fucking do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just get out my hair. You know, you're going to take over control of the kitchen and the food, and you're going to take control over everything anyway. So what is the point in me keep fighting you by that when you threaten me to say, well, I'll stop doing all of these kind of things then? And you're kind of like, well, okay. Okay, but I didn't ask you to do it in the first place, so I'll start doing that myself. Take over control of one's life, starts doing it for themselves again, starts to like think, okay, well, this is quite easy. Washing, cooking, cleaning, blah, 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 you know. I'll do all of these kind of things myself. Give it a week or two and the narcissist then can start to take that out of your control, take away from you what you learn, right? And then start taking over and doing that for you again when you didn't ask them. And then again, this person goes through this repetitive pattern with this person, with them taking control, like giving control and giving it over to someone. And then when they start becoming very like, okay, I'm learning about life skills, right? I'm learning about life skills because you've threatened me to say that you won't do it. So I've started to learn how to wash and cook and clean and everything else. After that fact, then I'm going to then take that control out of your hands, do it for you again, even though you don't ask. And then later on, I can then have a go at you, and then I have something that I can have about you that I can threaten to take your dummy away. I'll threaten to take your toy away. Because someone here is obsessed about a mother being obsessed about their children growing up, which means that I am not going to let you grow up, right? You are basically fucking Peter Pan, the boy that never grew up. So in a relationship, you may see this person that is never grown up because of their mother not letting them or wanting them to grow up to do things for themselves. So a mother is trying to stop somebody here that you might witness and think, you know what, they do everything for this person. But this person is controlled by a person. They are controlled by a person. If any of you guys are never relating to that, it's awful. It's awful, right? A mother or a grandparent does not want their child to grow up by learning them, by teaching them life skills. They take that out of their hands and do it for them. If this person is arguing with this person because they want to do that themselves, it's the same message. This person lets them do that themselves, and then when they start doing that themselves, they take over control to take their toy away from them and then try to teach them a lesson because of something narcissistic. Which means that I give you an ultimatum and threatened you because of something, right? And then I'm going to be able to then control you in that way and then take that away from you like I'm taking a toy away from you because then you can't have it. And then when you want it, I'll do it all for you and then I'll control it by taking it away from you and then confusing you and gaslighting you into thinking that you are in control of your own life when no, you're not, I am. Do you get it here? And that is what this person externally or whatever it is that they go through in a parenting situation with a person goes through. They will not let somebody do that themselves. Now, if this is a young child, right, a very young child, then obviously this is going to be a pattern of behaviour to look out for, right? It's going to be a pattern of behaviour to look out for. If y'all want me to tell you the truth, because it's here for the future and the past and the present, because this is what this person's going through, and it can be a child that can't speak for themselves, right? But if they're not able to look after themselves yet, there's no blame and no shedding any tears of that. It's just the fact that that is a thing to look at, because there is control energy around families here. Try to confuse a child, but this child can be a grown-ass adult also, right? Try to confuse somebody with smoke and mirrors by giving them certain things and giving them accolades and rewards and telling them that they're, you know, I love you and everything else and that you're so great and that you're so wonderful. But then all of a sudden, who was for you is no longer on your side, right? They then control that here. Because this person could be a very controlling person individually, right here. If you're going through that, don't take offence to it, because I can't stop that, right? There's nothing I can do to stop it, right? I like I said, I'm just the truth. People don't like it, that's why they don't like me. Right, that's why they don't like me here. Some, a lot of you do, but some, that's why they don't, right? That's why they don't. Because they realise that they can't control a person, but they try to. Because this can be an external energy that a person goes through in life. You know, me, I have a Pisces in 4th house. That means control and narcissism and gaslighting all over the goddamn place. Parents, huge control issues around parents and when I had them. But like parents and like brother. But like, yeah. My life was extremely controlled around drugs, alcohol, seeing it, witnessing it, people that were on it, people that were like alcoholics, people that were hard working and everything else, but like drank like a fish, right? Not me, but well, I used to. But like, you know, what I learned through that was because I had Pisces in the 4th house. Pisces in the 4th house. That's why I make music. Because I get out of my ultimate reality of confusion and put my energy into how I feel through times of that into music. And all of that states references of Pisces 4th. Pisces 4th house, right? So a lot of people that I meet on my way end up trying to control me in certain ways, right? All of the time. And also see that I try to control them, and also that I have mother issues. Also, honestly, that I have mother issues. That's what you will see. Because I do. Because I have a strong karmic situation going on with my family, right, that are all no longer here except my mother, right? Except my mother, right? Long story short, I had to give up all of my life, my house and everything that I had and everything. I had to give it all up because my father was struggling with work at the time, right, when he was alive. And I gave all of that up and sacrificed my life there to come back here to help, right? To help, because we built houses. I was a bricklayer, seven tower, right? For years, right? I had to give that up to come and help because of the what do you call it? Sorry if I'm boring you, but to give it up for the recession. The recession, when the recession hit in Britain and no houses were selling. They were no longer being built, but when they were being built, they weren't being sold. So we were no longer being paid. So we had like a good couple of years where we wasn't working at all when the recession hit. And it was a hard time for Britain then, because it's all built in brick. Everything here is brick built, right? And yeah, it was a difficult time. And I had to sacrifice my life in order to also come home. And then when I come back to this place where I live now, you know, loads of things happened in my life, devastating energies of the Tower and of the Chariot, 7, right? So loads of things. I was travelling a lot for work, right? But like, you know, it all happens, and devastation parts Abel Devi or Evie or Devon, but like, you know, happened in my life because of that, where I experienced a hell of a lot of towers, right? Awakenings. But again, you know, you've kind of got that same energy there. So, man, why on earth am I like boring people? So that's your external energy. That's your past. That's you or your partner. Take your pick. But I'm really looking at external energies of people that are like trying to control other people in ways. Right. So, man, I'm not with it. What we're doing, I'm really not with it. Sorry, I have to bring myself back to myself after going on one like that. Because normally when I talk about things, they are important to people. Because that is there. That is a story that is there. That is relating also to me. Believe it or not, that is relating to me. Right? But, let's see. When I tell you that I'm with you guys all of the time, I am with you guys all of the time. I am not exempt from my karma, right? Ever, right? I still have strong karmic values. I still have a long way to go. I still have a lot to get through, okay? Energy that is spent and given is through sacrifice of me doing this for everybody, you know. Some people don't see it as that. They don't, because there are so many tarot readers, right? So again, you know, I sacrifice my life for my job and my calling of what I'm supposed to do, right? So let's see. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter for June. June, hey June, don't stand at the gates of hell, I'm hearing, but Two of Wands, Libra energy, right? I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. Where do I invest my time? Where is my time and where is my energy best well spent? Because one thing that I don't want is confusing. Right? So if this is relating to your messages at the beginning, which is, okay, there's somewhere that I do go, but I don't really get so much benefit anymore from that. I have to really start to look at this side of the coin and think, you know what, Michael, right, or Connett, but like, I have to really start looking at facts and thinking, you know, where is it that I make the most amount of money? Where is it that my time is spent better? Is that at home? Is that like going to this place for your fitness and thing and your health and your, you know, where is it that it is best well spent for me to do this? You know, where do I get the most amount of rewards? You know, what am I getting the benefit from, right? But this can be a project and an individual thing that you have going on, because it can relate to something simple about what ideas that I'm having with my music and stuff. Like, oh, actually, Cancerian, would you like to listen? We'll do it in a minute. It's actually closed down. Of the new Angel Radio kind of thing that I've got coming up. Some of you say, can you play it? But it's Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter for June. Cancer, too many people with a piece of cake is what I'm hearing, like something to do with weight and the gym and fitness. Too many people with a piece of cake. There's too many people, that's what I'm hearing, there's just too many people. There's too many people doing it. Like there's too many. I don't know if I can because there's too many. Last night, but it's got guitar track in it and everything else, acoustic guitar and so on and so forth. Sorry about bursting your ears open there. I wasn't expecting it to be on full blast like it is. But anyway, yeah, that is the next Angel Radio. Some sort of gospel guitar sort of thing. Anyway, Cancer for June. So yeah, clients, people, but I'm hearing like I said, you've kind of got this thing that seems to be going on where it's like, look, I don't know if I can do this. I don't, you know, I'm trying to make it on time, but if my time is very precious to me, where is my time best well spent here? Where am I going to get the most amount of rewards and benefits from what it is that I'm looking for? Because if my time is rushed and I don't want to rush around and I have a lot going on in my life, you know, how on earth is it that I can actually cope keeping all of these things? Because this could be an option between Sagittarius, Libra energy, right? And it can be like, look, it's too much for me to be able to keep going over there. You know, I can't keep traveling, I can't keep doing all of that. It's something that I really have to look at and weigh up my options of my money and everything else and really look at and think, you know what, if I keep going over to here and I'm traveling a long distance in order to get there, here, if I'm having to travel a long distance in order to get there, then, you know, is it worthy of me keep going over there and making money, you know, or is it worthy of me keep going over there, spending all of this money, getting over there to whatever it is that is coming up for you, you know, am I getting anything from it because I seem to be in a rush, keep trying to get there, but then when I do, is it making me feel more distressed or is it making me feel more relaxed here? Because it can be a rushed energy and it feels like I need to like sort my life out and arrange it around work and kids, all those kind of things and clients and people or whatever, and I have to arrange that better in my energy to think, you know what, I might have to give up the ghost, right? I might have to give up the ghost, so I might have to give up something in order to be able to focus more on what I want. But again, any of you guys out there that are like saying about tarot and stuff like that, you know, don't just think that overnight success is what you want, because there is no goal to reach. You need that goal to reach. You need to be able to do it yourselves, honestly, yourselves, right? That's work put in for oneself. Is that the work of a goal is something that keeps you focused on your goal, right? If you have all of that straight away, right, you're like, well, there's not a real lot for me to work towards anymore, right? Obviously you get paid more, but again, the energy of what it is that of a test in your energy is sacrifice. Everything is all of sacrifice, right? Is what am I prepared to give up to be able to put all of this in? But if you guys here are on about like tarot and stuff like that, well, at least expect 3 years of hard work and effort here to put it in, you know, because like I said, you've got to have so many things. You've got to have great content. You've got to have great content. You've got to have consistency, constant consistency. You've not got to expect any kind of reward, at least in the first 3 years, right? At least in the first 3 years. Over that 3 to 4 years, maybe that is still not saying that you're going to have success within that time, because your content has to be great. Your content is the thing that has to keep people intrigued, right? It is. So, I don't know why I'm speaking about that. Because not everybody's always intrigued. Because of so many, right? Because of so many. You have to have be worth your weight in gold, right? But Cancer for June. So the Hangman, Pisces. So we need to talk. We need to talk. It's good to talk. All the obsessive talking. Talk, run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Here comes a farmer with his gun, gun, gun. Right, but like, yeah, it's like, listen, Pisces, what are you doing just sitting there hanging on a tree, bruv? We need you over here. We want you. I'm coming. I'm coming, for art thou, where art thou? But like, someone's coming towards a Pisces or coming to a cinema near you. Some of you might be going to the cinema in order to watch something, or you're going to see your ma or grandma, but like, or watching Ma on Netflix. Right, but like going to see my mother or going to see my father, who knows, because you could have an X here and you're going backwards and forwards to see, and this can be Lucy, or going backwards and forwards here, right? But like there is a contemplation of where is it that I want to go. Well, it is going towards a Pisces energy, right? It's in order to ask something, because it's either going to be afraid to or afraid not, right? Because Hangman is sacrifice. It's requiring sacrifice. It's hard work and effort to just hang here, bruv. Which means that I can be quite efficient and do all this myself, and I don't have to really do much apart from just sit here. Right? But I don't have to do much apart from just sit here and just be me. But wow, did you see that spirit? Wow, there you go. There's another one. You alright, fellas? But like the fellowship, or the ship, the pub, the boozer, the ship. But like the fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, jolly, pop jolly, or pops. But like, yeah, he's a jolly good fellow. Hip hip hooray, hip hip hooray. Could be someone's birthday, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it requires sacrifice, it requires hard work and effort, right? Because it's a light. The Piscean energy is normally like an epiphany of light here through one's mind, right here. So it's kind of like, I'm very intrigued and I'm very interested in your down by the light. It's in that one actually. But like yeah, I'm very intrigued what it is that you have of knowledge. I'm very intrigued what it is that you have to offer, right? Because what I want to be stuck with is you, because I am stuck with you right here. So this could be your partner and you go to see them, but like I'm intrigued of what it is that you know right here. Like I said, some of you, this is a child that you have with an ex and they go to see their mother or father. This is you as a partner meeting up with your partner, maybe going to the cinema when it opens, in order to be able to catch up on all of the great films that are all kind of coming out. Or it's a Netflix and chill moment here. Netflix and chill. This is my Netflix and chill moment here. Just chill, bruv. Take it easy. Have a Kit Kat. Pussy. Right? But like, just take it easy. Let's just like relax. Let's just have a day out. But let's just chill, bruv. Right? So anyway, as you're reading so far, well, that's an hour and 10 minutes on a Cancerian reading. Really. Okay, so that's your reading so far, Cancer. If you want to support me as a channel, okay, and also not really worry about so much of me not being very consistent with the 5 to 6 lots of readings that you get, right? But if you do want to support me as a channel and you would like to go over to Patreon, this is where you will find it on tier 1 and also the full access bundle, and we had 11,11111 on the clock. But yeah, if you would like that, you can find it below. This is on tier 1 and also the full access bundle. But obviously, on the full access bundle, that is where you get everything that it says on the tin. If you are part of the channel, you obviously know what you get through those weeks, which are going to be the weekly energies and everything else, because then we'll start breaking the energy down and looking into it. But don't ever forget that you get your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, and also your numerology placement. So if you know your numerology and you're thinking, okay, I've got major 6 planets, okay, that really relate to me with all of the info that Steve gives me, when I really look at that, if I have complete different planets in different places of my Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, then really what I have is all 12 readings, right? No, right? You get it? So you can watch everything and then put the pieces together and think, oh, okay, that relates to that house, this house, and that's my house, right? That relates to also my opposition, the person I'm having beef with. My friend, my partner, my love, my partner in crime, Paolo Nutini. Right? But yeah. So you might hear a word from Paolo Nutini, hopefully. But or Paula Penta, you like Paula Penta? But yeah. If you would like it, you can find all links provided below. But the music is also now there, which is for Angel Radio. It is a separate tier, but I'm also giving all away my music to full access bundle tier members. So I'm putting out some of the really decent ones that I kind of like. Download it as an MP3, but I cannot organize Patreon. So you have to search through them because I can't get on to organize videos into sections of things that you can in playlists and God knows what else. It's just a tier, right? So you have to look through them, right? Because there are other things there. But again, you know, the music is there. Okay, so if you want it, it's also there on full access bundle. But so will be your weeklies and will be and God knows what else. Private reading, personal reading, all that sort of stuff, emails, things, all provided below in the show more section. Thanks very much, Cancer. Hopefully see you over on Patreon.